So I asked, would you buy it? They were like, definitely. From where did you order it? And then I said, I made it. Actually making the first step. It's always in our heads. We always say, oh, we need more time. We're not ready. Maybe we need this. Maybe we need that. But actually, when you start, everything starts flowing. The major struggle is the financial part. Try to start small so that you don't have to rely on anyone else. In the business world, it's not always stable. It's like being on a roller coaster. So I always keep telling myself, act now, panic later. Just enjoy the ride.
Nice. Hi everyone, welcome to Diecast, brought to you exclusively by Dayar, your go-to community for all things business and creative. I'm your host Nida, and in each episode we have these fun conversations with innovators, change makers and entrepreneurs. And today we have with us Nashwa Nasir. Nashwa is not only spreading amazing flavors all across Oman, but also a great advocate of women entrepreneurship. Nashwa has been in this entrepreneur journey from the age of 16. And I mean, Nashwa, that's really a young age to start.
Yes.
Welcome, Nashwa. We are so great to have you
Thank
here.
I'm so honored to be here.
So, Nashwa, tell us about yourself.
So as you mentioned, I started my entrepreneurship journey when I was 16. But later on in life, I've been in different fields. And I saw myself drifting away to the fast food industry as I've always loved cooking. I'm born and raised in Oman, but I've been abroad for a while, and now I came back and I'm starting this Fry and Fly journey.
So, Nashwa, tell us what inspired you to start Fry and Fly, and how did you come up with this concept? So, I think it's wings, right?
Yes.
It's about wings. That's what I know. So, tell us what made you start and how did you come up with this concept?
Okay, so actually, it's a funny story. Last year in Ramadan, we were at a gathering, and my uncle asked me to cook something. And then my sister was like, please make us your chicken wings, please make us your chicken wings. So that's what I made. And during the gathering, everyone was eating. So I noticed that they were enjoying it way too much. So I asked, would you buy it? They were like, definitely. From where did you order it? And then I said, I made it. So that's when Fry and Fly thing started to appear in my head. Yeah.
So that's when it happened.
Yes.
It's all started from your family.
Yes.
I think we all do trial and error on our family.
Definitely.
So while you were working for Fry and Fly, while you were developing this concept, what are these initial challenges that you faced? Would you like to tell us something about that?
Okay, so being unemployed, it was very hard to raise the capital to start up the business.
Okay.
And I've been studying my recipes and trying and making trials. And of course, my guinea pigs were my family. So for the longest time ever, I was just trying to raise the capital and make sure that I'm going on the right path. So I was preparing the recipes, making sure I get the ingredients that I want. So these were the major difficulties.
So basically, you had difficulty in capital development and also recipe development.
Yes.
Because I think you started with a simple recipe and
Yes.
then you had to create more.
It changed over 20 times. Yes.
And then you finally cracked the
Yes.
right flavor. Okay. What was the key step that you took that turned your idea into reality? What was that one step?
Actually, it was just making the first step and actually do it. That was the hardest thing.
Okay.
So as I said, I was preparing and studying, and I did like market research, but I was always scared to actually start. I thought I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I always kept on telling myself I need more time. But what made me actually start, I was in Salalah visiting some friends there, and one of my friends, he has a event coming up soon during Kharif.
Oh.
And then I was telling him about the business that I want to start. So he was like, why don't you launch it here? You'll have the greatest exposure. And then I was like, you know what? I've always kept on delaying this, so might as well go for it. So that's how it started.
So that's the stage. You just need
Yes.
to start.
Yes.
Everyone just needs to have that one time where
You
they
just need
start.
a push, that's it.
Yes. Okay. That's great. So what were the marketing strategy? What are the marketing strategies that you are following, and how is it helping you? And what should we keep on following?
Okay, so the marketing strategies that we focus on, basically, we rely on the word of mouth.
Okay.
This plays a huge role in our marketing strategy, and also live cooking.
Okay.
We participate in events mostly. It's home-based business until now.
Yeah.
So we rely on live cooking and word of mouth, communicating with the customers live, so that they see the quality of food, and we want to create a memorable experience for everyone who comes by.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's a cloud kitchen currently.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you can cook in the comfort of your house.
Yes, but we also do events.
Okay.
Especially now in the winter, there are a lot of outdoor events happening. So we're moving forward into doing more events now.
So everyone looking to do this should contact Fry and Fly very soon. How do you differentiate yourself in the competitive market currently?
Okay, so while I was still researching, I noticed that a lot of businesses here, not let's say the majority, they focus on imported ingredients. Even though we have a lot of ingredients locally that are very good quality, fresh, but I don't know what's the issue exactly, or maybe they don't have that much exposure. So that's what sets us apart. We use local ingredients. Most of our ingredients is local,
Okay.
fresh. We always use fresh ingredients as well, and our recipes. Like it's different than the usual chicken wing that you will have.
So you're basically made in Oman from Oman.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What role does social media play in your business? What strategies do you apply on social media to grow?
So on social media, we currently only use one platform, which is Instagram.
Okay.
We focus on showcasing our products, showcasing our menu. Behind the scenes, we always show our clients how we work in the kitchen and what ingredients do we use and where do we get our ingredients from. We want to build that trust with the customers.
Yeah, that's nice. What has been the biggest struggle in your entrepreneurial journey while you were, I mean, you are a young entrepreneur who started really early at 16.
Yeah.
So, what has been that struggle for you? Not only at Fry and Fly, like basically as an entrepreneur, what was one of your biggest struggle?
The major struggle is the financial part. So being unemployed, it's very hard to raise the capital, and you need to have calculated steps in order to reach where you want without the burden of taking loans and stuff like that. Like I've been focused since I was young. My family always taught me, try to start small so that you don't have to rely on anyone else.
Okay.
So that's what I've been following. I'm trying to take step by step until I reach where I want. So that was the hardest part, the financial part, and also actually making the first step.
Okay.
It's always in our heads. We always say, "Oh, we need more time. We're not ready. Maybe we need this. Maybe we need that." But actually, when you start, everything starts flowing.
Nashwa, tell us, how do you handle setbacks and failures in your business?
So in the business world, it's not always stable. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Okay.
So I always keep telling myself, act now, panic later. So whenever I face any struggle, any obstacle, I flip it and see it as an opportunity to grow.
Oh,
So
man.
every setback that I face,
Okay.
it's actually an opportunity for me to learn from it, so that in future I know what to avoid, what works best for me.
That's really a great tip. I think we all panic when we have failures, and like what you said, act, see, convert it into positivity, and then react.
To be honest,
yeah.
I always panic with my family.
Okay,
But
so you
when I'm in the moment,
You do
no,
not.
I have a straight face on.
That's great. Can you narrate one specific moment, a challenge that you faced, and how you overcame it?
Okay, so as I mentioned before, I launched my business in Kharif Salala this past season. So when I came back, my major focus was to grow the business, as well as pay what I owe. So as I mentioned, I didn't want to rely on taking loans or anything like that. But because it was very instant, I had 1 week to prepare everything before the season starts. So I had to rely on taking some loans.
Yeah.
So when I came back, that was the main focus for me, to pay back
To pay back. Okay.
and to expand as well. So I've sought professional help from a financial advisor, one of the local financial advisors, to help me with overcoming this step. But then I faced another obstacle. I faced another financial setback. So I couldn't go forward with the professional help. So what I did was I enrolled myself into courses, online courses. So that I strengthen my skills financially because that's not my strongest field. So I took some courses. I enrolled myself also in one of the courses from the Ministry of the Authority of SME Development.
Okay.
I enrolled myself in one of the courses, and it really helped me, and it grew me financially. It gave me a wider vision on how to help myself financially. So from there, step by step, I managed to overcome these obstacles.
So from here, I think we all learn that we always need to evolve, learn.
Yes,
It's always
definitely.
it's always a, like, you know, we need to keep learning and
Yes,
evolving. So that's
definitely.
why you took up this course, and we all should do it.
Yes.
That's nice. Nashwa, tell us what unique opportunities does the Omani market present for entrepreneurs?
Okay, so at the moment, the government is supporting the SMEs, and they're giving them every single support that they need, and especially that's focused on the food and beverage businesses, on the tourism side, and many different aspects. So they're providing us with a lot of opportunities that we can seek, whether it's consultation, whether it's courses that you need to take to strengthen yourself in the market. And also the Omani market is still fresh and new. There's a lot of opportunities that you can seek. And personally in Fry and Fly, we focus on helping one another, as you said, from Oman to Oman. So we focus on using fresh local ingredients so that we maintain a sustainable business going on.
That's nice. Okay. So Nashwa, tell us, what advice would you give aspiring entrepreneurs starting their business and, you know, who want to get into this field of becoming an entrepreneur?
My advice is, do not wait. Okay, don't take too long to start. Make the first step, and also do your research. You need to understand the local market. You need to also give back to the community so that you benefit from it as well. And just enjoy the ride.
Nice. So as a dedicated woman in business, what inspires you to get up and go and do it? What is that thing that
So what
motivates
drives
you?
me every day, what motivates me is to create something meaningful and give back to the community. As I grew, the community gave me so much, so I feel obligated to give back to the community as well. So that's what motivates me every day, to create something meaningful and also give back.
Giving us yummy flavors, huh? every
Or
single...
as inspiring others.
Of course, we are getting. And you know, food is the love language for everyone.
Yes.
And now that you have told it's wings and it's going to be yummy, of course, it's a great contribution.
Yes.
That's nice. How do you balance your personal life and your business life? Like, how do you do it?
Okay, so
Since you are a home baker, like, you know, you do it at home. So how do you do it?
So for me, it has always been when I'm working, I'm only working, and when I'm at home, I'm always focused on my family. So whenever I'm working, I consider myself as a workaholic.
Okay.
Because I tend to work for long hours, but I feel that's what the more you put into it, the greater. The faster you reach to your goals. So that's what I do. I just give each and everything their own specific designated timings. I prioritize as well, and time management basically.
That's something we all need to learn, right? So as a woman entrepreneur in the field, you know, in the current market, so what is that one advice you would give women to start, and what is that one thing that you want to tell the women and our women audience, you know?
So as a woman, I know that we can do whatever we want as long as we set our minds to it. Nothing is hard, nothing is impossible. You just need to make the right decisions and make the right search and know where to go. But other than that, nothing can stop us. So I hope that everyone who sees this seeks the opportunity and actually take the first step into reaching to their goals.
Thank you so much, Nashwa. I think the main thing that we learned in today's podcast is just start, begin, and everything will follow on its way.
Yeah.
Try to do your time management. give back to the community with yummy
Definitely.
flavors like you do, and yes, motivate people. That
Yes.
was a really great conversation.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
It
so
was
much.
lovely having me here.
It was lovely to have you here and to listen all this from you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Nashwa. So, Nashwa, what is that one message that you want to convey our audience?
Okay, so I want to send a message to everyone out there for the entrepreneurs to use the resources, the local resources we have here. The market is very wide, and we have a lot of amazing ingredients out here. And for the customers as well, I encourage them to try out. I know there are a lot of options in the market, so I would like to encourage them to try out the local vendors because we really, really have amazing, amazing, amazing entrepreneurs out there in the food and beverage industry. So just go out there and try them out.
Thank you, Nashwa. That was great advice for all of us.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today's episode at Diecast. I hope you took away some valuable insights from our conversation with Nashwa. And if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with your friends. Don't forget to follow us on social media. And until next time, keep chasing your business dreams.